Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark movies and mysteries.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark movies and mysteries.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark movies and mysteries. And this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Now, it is Tuesday. This
That's
is
right.
typical. You might be turning on this episode and being like, we're not in Greece.
Maybe you saw on the socials that this was going to be the Friday episode.
Yeah, you may have.
Maybe you planned your whole life around the
That's right,
fact
that's
that
right.
since the beginning of time, we've done the new Hallmark
Yes.
Channel movie on Tuesdays.
maybe.
Not this week. We're changing things up. We're doing a little Twister. You guys remember
Yeah.
Twister? We're putting our right foot on yellow and seeing what happens.
Ooh, I was thinking of the movie, but that as well.
Also,
Yeah.
that we found out that a very special guest can join
we
us.
got to book a guest.
We got
for-
to, but they couldn't record until Wednesday.
So,
we're
yes.
going to record them on Wednesday. That episode will be out Thursday, and I think it's going to be worth the wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to make a lot of people very happy.
But since this is the Tuesday episode, just got back from Christmas con.
Just got back from
did.
Christmas
Boy,
con,
our
Kansas
arms
City.
tired.
There it is.
I mean,
You might
whoa.
hear it maybe in my voice particular.
No.
I have a hard time. My voice isn't what it used to be.
It isn't. I
didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
I think I sound better when I got a little raspy.
What was the best part, do you guys think, of the Christmas con in Kansas City?
Our live show Thursday night was so much fun.
The
pretty good.
live show was
so much
pretty
fun.
great.
That's pretty good.
Shout out to the Record Bar for hosting us, and shout out to Ashley
Webster.
Williams, Vector Webster,
Yep.
Cindy Busby,
yep,
Aaron Cahill,
Christopher
Andrew
Palaha.
Walker, Christopher Palaha.
Wow.
Ashley
all
Williams.
showed
Did
up.
we say
said
her?
her
We
first.
said her
Yeah, we
first.
sure did.
Let's bookend it.
Bookended.
Amazing.
What a time.
An
What a
amazing
we
time.
had.
That was awesome.
Amazing time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Chairs
and
need a little work, but that was fun.
Yeah, it's
Cheers
and,
need a little work.
A
Yeah.
little up.
and
So
that
if that was
le-
the highlight. It all just literally went downhill from
It's-
that
yeah.
point.
yes, but not
Technically.
not
the donuts
far.
were good
Well, I would say this.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, you're
Lamar's
right.
Donuts.
Shout out to
we
Lamar's
did that
Lamar.
every day.
Dude, he's up there making those donuts in the morning.
90
fresh.
for
years.
90 years.
I just can't tell you.
Phenomenal donuts establishment that we had on all three
Every
mornings we
single
were there.
morning that we were, every morning that we
There's
were
a
in
Lamar.
Kansas City.
We had Lamar donuts.
Yeah.
We got the glazing, then we got ourselves a cinnamon rolling, then we got an apple thing. It was really good.
really good.
The way the glaze tasted. Okay. That was really
Were you
good.
doing a country Sugar
That's the
Ray?
good
Yeah.
stuff.
The barbecue we had was good.
Yeah.
Jack
Sure was.
Stack, Fiorella's.
Double-decker dinner.
Double-decker dinner.
dinner,
Coaches. So
highlight.
much fun.
Man.
And the con itself was fun. We got to meet so many wonderful people.
Yes.
I'm still rocking my buddy bracelets.
For Mia and Ada, the twins.
That's exactly right. Very excited.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that off until it breaks. It will break eventually because it's a rubber band
We
bracelet.
met
But
Grace, who is
Yep.
14.
yes.
And
That's right.
has been listening to us since she was 9 years old, and says we missed the boat entirely on Christmas Wonderland.
That's exactly right.
A movie that we all panned in 2018. Brian's not seen it, so he's off the hook. And she knew that immediately. So shout out to Grace out there, who is making sure to keep us on track.
I think that a thing that we might do at, in Christmas in July is go back in the archive and review some movies from our first season. We're coming up. We're celebrating our 5th
5
year.
year, yeah.
And it might be fun to go back and do a Christmas Wonderland, read what we, from the book, our thoughts on it, and then see if they've changed at all, Dan. Now that we're 5 years into this, that
Maybe
could
we
be
get
a fun.
vote. You can choose a movie we've already reviewed from 2018 or prior.
Yeah.
Or 2019 or prior, and we give it another go.
I think we'll put it. We'll talk about it in the Double Decker Facebook
Of course
group
we will.
for those Brandon Plus subscribers. But really excited. Tomorrow, our best of year 5 is kicking off. The next 3 Wednesdays, you'll be able to
Brian and I
relive
have
the
been
past
putting
year.
in the work,
Dude, you thought
there.
Kansas City was tiring.
We're here early in the morning. I mean, we typically, the sun is not up when we're here.
Yeah.
In the evenings or in the morning. We've been
nonstop.
It's very,
really going.
very excited for it, and you get to hear the first one starts with Panda and ends with Brian. And
right.
that's a
Yeah.
fun
Speaking of going
transition.
downhill,
Well, I wasn't gonna. But really, really excited about that. It's been a really fun year, and it's gonna be fun to relive it. All right, are we ready to dive in?
yeah.
So ready.
No bits here this morning, everybody. Rig, are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
Rig,
I
you
had a
weren't.
great time with you guys gone.
Yeah, where were you?
Yeah,
you
we were
usually
here.
come
Yeah.
near us at least for
We had
other
a fun-
conventions.
No. We stuck here because we're planning the Boss Baby Fest 2023.
That's happening in
It's
July
happening
as
in
well.
July. Yeah, it's coincidental.
Okay,
I had
it
to
is
work around the Red Roof
coincidental.
schedule. The Red Roof Inn schedule is just balls to the wall.
We moved Bramble Fest
I don't
months
think we can say that.
entirely.
Yeah.
We moved it entirely
That's true.
Almost.
to
because
another
of-
month. To
I'm
not.
sorry, guys. It's as embarrassing for me. It's more so than for you, I feel like.
How?
But we were here this weekend. It was great. We played
What?
Pascal's Triangle all weekend long.
What's that?
It's a game where we all try to dress like Pedro Pascal.
What just happened to you?
I don't
Are
know.
you okay?
I don't know what happened. I got some real.
You just all of a sudden,
Sorry, Rig, you're
Started
dressing
to
up
bring-
like
yeah, bring it
Pedro
up.
Pascal.
like
Yeah,
The
that's not-
Mandalorian?
I'm more worried about.
I'm more worried about Brian probably at this moment. I would
Rig's
say.
not worried about anything.
Man, our producer is all over the map right now.
Yeah.
Just,
It's going
she
good.
was with it.
yeah, we're all at full strength today. I can
Would
tell
you like
that.
to say something, producer
Aaron?
Aaron?
Into the mic. You can use it to talk this time.
Listen, I'm doing my best.
You're doing a great job.
We're all
I was
exhausted.
concerned about Brian, whatever he was doing.
I don't know what happened.
You like?
I felt like I got stung by a bee.
Wow.
In my hand. I don't know what it was. I don't know
It's
what
a
happened.
big bee.
That's a big
Something-
bee.
Yeah, giant bee. Something
Yeah.
happened. Big bee. You know,
All right.
you're all about big bees.
Are we ready to talk about why? Oh, because my name, my first.
Yeah,
my last-
exactly. Capital.
You
Capital
know how we
B.
always call you the Big B?
Capital B.
Let's kick it over to the Big B for the synopsis.
Thanks,
everybody.
buddy. We're talking about what Dara from Dear Hallmark introduced us to
Yes,
this name, and I
she
just
gets full
think it's
credit.
too good to not use it. The Aurora Teagarden, the prequel to the Aurora Teagarden series. Whole new cast aside from a couple of folks.
So not a whole new cast.
But as
You
far
just
as
say new cast. aside from a
Conditionally.
couple.
New cast.
a nude cast.
Nude
Yeah,
cast?
that's
What?
that's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Originally aired on the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel on June the 9th, 2023. Could have watched it on Philo. Hope you did. And it went a little something like this. We're at Lawrencetown University.
Yeah.
Lawrence 10
Lawrence, it's a ton of Lawrence. In the year 2008. And we see a woman running away from someone into a library. It's young Aurora. She grabs some scissors and hides under the library desk. The guy finds her, and then it turns out it's all just a reenactment for class. It's so silly how that happens. You know how sometimes you do that when you're teaching. She's a teaching assistant. She's working on some sort of lesson about how to hide under library desks and whether or not it's a good hiding spot. She is working on her master's degree. She's also working at a diner now. She is new there. She meets the cook. He is a hunk. She also bumps into Officer Arthur, and they clearly have a thing, I must say. Old friends, longtime friends, no-time lovers. Will that change? Let's find out. She moved back in with her mom, and she's excited for her best friend to get married. She walks outside her house, and some girl's just staring at her, and then she runs to her car and drives off. You know, as you do sometimes. She goes to a party for her friend Sally that's getting married to her fiance Matt. They're having a party. They're drinking a good bit, especially Matt. He's really going to town on the alcohol. Alcohol. Some random dude crashes the party. He's promptly ejected. And then, you're out of here.
Ejected.
You're out of here. No more of that. And then we see that weird woman again outside the party, just staring again, just kind of staring blankly. Turns out it's Matt's ex-girlfriend, so she could be up to no good. The next day, Matt goes missing, and Sally asks Ro, that's what we call her,
call
her
her
friends call Aurora, we call her Ro, if she'd go sleuth, because she's a sleuther, as all good sleuthers know that you got to sleuth sometimes to find out. They find a body dead outside of his place, except it's not Matt's body. It's the guy who crashed the party. There was some blood inside the condo, and then it looked like maybe somehow he fell out over the railing of the balcony and then fell to his death. Because of the blood inside the condo, they are ruling it a homicide because it looks a little suspicious.
Shaky.
And Matt is now a suspect in this situation, even though they can't find him.
We should be able to get a little
We should be able to get a little suspicious. And Matt is now a suspect despite the fact that they can't find him. And it turns out that he definitely did know the guy.
I've never gone this far.
She decides to go back to Matt's condo to check out the computers that Matt has. He has, like, as normal people do, like 10 computers kind of like laying around, always on, running code. And so he's there doing his, she walks in, and wouldn't you know it, he's there. Matt's not lost. He's just in
his own apartment.
He's at his own apartment. Not a big deal. She says, I'm going to call Arthur, who's going to come and probably ask you some questions, big guy. And he's like, well, you don't got to do that. They do not have enough to hold him, though. And so he convinces Sally that he is a good guy. He didn't do anything, and he still wants to get married. And at this point, Sally is like, I believe you, big guy. Matt has a friend named Carson, who is also weirdly suspicious. He keeps, like, sneaking up on people. And he's kind of just being like, what? No, what? He's missing? What? That's crazy. She's outside the diner one day, and Dawn, the stalker ex, tries to hit her with her car, but hunky cook guy pushes her right out of the way. She says that she thought that she was going to run into Sally because she was trying to stop the wedding. It was a classic sweep the leg situation that she was hoping to take place here and stop the wedding, but instead it was Aurora, and she didn't hit her. So so they arrest her. So Carson and Matt, we find this out, started a company named Gigablog, I believe, and we see them arguing about a flash drive, about some information that Matt has, and Carson's like, I knew that information. Sally is getting ready for her wedding, and Carson comes in, holds her at gunpoint, and says, call Matt right now and tell him to bring the flash drive. And so Aurora's like, not a problem, I'll call, not a big deal. So calls up Matt and says, bring that flash drive right now. And basically he says that we once had to kill someone for the sake of Gigablog, and it was the dad of the guy who is now also dead. So that whole family is probably pretty bummed now at this point. And he says that we did it once. I bet Matt would do that again. He has some information that I think he's going to try to use to make it look like I'm the killer, but I'm not. So Aurora called, when she called Matt, she actually called Arthur and was like, hey, you got to come arrest. But also Matt does show up with the flash drive. It was like, I've got the flash drive, no big deal here. And right when this is all taking place, the transaction of a flash drive, Arthur shows up and arrests Carson. But we still don't know who killed the dude. It's a lot of assumption at this point. Well, Aurora figures it out pretty easily after making eye contact with Matt's sister. It's her. She was worried about him at the party because he was drinking a lot, so she went to his place to wait. The party crashers showed up, so she kills them. And, just trying to be protective. I'm a protective older sister. I told my mom on her deathbed I'd do anything to protect them. Anything involves murder, you know. So she gets arrested. Then Matt walks up to Sally and is like, hey, whatever Carson told you about me, I didn't do. It was all me. I'd still like to marry you. Sally finally comes to her senses and says, I can't do that. The cook guy asked Aurora out on a date. And Arthur is like, so you're going to go on a date with the cook guy, huh? What's going on there? And she's like, oh, it's just a date, but he thinks that you like me. And he's like, what? Are you kidding me? Here they are. And so they walk their own ways into the sunset. And that, my friends, was Aurora Pre-Garden. Something new. Hey, everybody. We did it. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about Aurora Pre-Garden.
That's right.
TM Dara, dear Hallmark.
TM Dara.
Unfortunately.
TM.
Yeah.
Just say that TM
We don't
straight.
have that one.
We don't have that one. We don't have that.
We don't have it.
Let's do this. Let's start with a hot take. Let's share exactly how I felt about this movie. Dan, you and I have watched one Aurora Teagarden movie.
It was a disaster.
Brian, I don't think you have.
No, first one.
Aaron's seen all of them,
That's right.
best we can figure. But this is a whole new thing. You could kind of go
Right.
into this a little bit blind and be fine.
It seems like
as
it.
Dan and I did, and I felt
you
like
would say that it's a whole new cast aside from a few people.
that's exactly what I would say. So, Brian, what did you think about Aurora Pre-Garden? Did it do anything for you?
This one, yeah, I was afraid you would need to know a little background. We got some background asking Aaron some questions about characters and things like that. So
You didn't necessarily need it, but it was helpful.
It was nice to know. I really like the idea of the conflict here with the two guys starting the business, stealing the idea, disposing of the people who had the idea, and trying to get rid of any conflicts that would mess up their new plan. I just feel like we didn't find out about how that didn't unravel till late.
Way
for
late.
Me. So
Yeah.
the whole time, like, I was not super invested in the mystery as it was going on. The characters I thought were really intriguing. They were fun to watch for the most part. But the mystery, I was just not into it until I found out what it was all about. And I'm like, I wish I knew that from the beginning. I would have enjoyed this a little bit more, I feel like. But yeah, so it was just okay. It was okay for me. It doesn't make me want to go watch others in the series.
I wonder if Hallmark has ever just tried to give you the murderer at the beginning. That doesn't make a mystery back. Like,
No, I like that.
Like in Knives Out, you see the death and how it happens at the beginning. And
Yep.
there are still twists and turns.
Yeah.
Hallmark always sets
Yeah.
it up the exact same. And sometimes they give you information way too late.
Yeah.
And that makes you just bored to tears. And
Yeah.
I feel you there.
Yeah, I feel like we should have got a lot. Because you giving away a little bit of what happened and what it's all about and the motive, it doesn't solve the mystery.
Especially since the killer was not either one of those two dudes.
Exactly.
Right.
And you could have had them like conniving and scheming
Yeah.
at the beginning of the movie and trying to figure out it's a better puzzle, right?
Yeah, I think so, and
Yeah.
it makes it so much more interesting because it's a sketchy thing, the business deals, and like stealing code. And code, you can just throw that out there, like we stole the code. It's like nobody knows what that means, so you can be really vague about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Stole
just
the
feel
code.
it could have been. It's a cool idea, just I wasn't super invested in it.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying. Typically, I will say they do like a lot of red herring in these movies, and like when they
They
finally
do a lot of red herring. Is
and-
it a
and
drug?
they-
Are you high on red herring right now? Oh, that's some good red herring.
Can't tell you where he got it.
You think I'm gonna
Oh.
do one thing and I do the other. And like lots of times when they finally do reveal who it is, you're like, yeah, that was somebody on my list of potential suspects of like 20. In this specific case, there was 3 people and none of them did it. It turned out to be one of the guy's sisters who, best I can figure,
Was trying to
never
protect
did
him.
anything throughout the movie to even like
Hint.
that that was like a thing that she was like that
she
she
was on the
would
red
do.
herring.
Like she's like, I'm the protective older sister. Like even like saying like that a couple times in the movie like
Yeah,
would have been
would've-
helpful.
yes.
Very helpful.
But I agree. I think there's a way to shape this differently that would have made it more compelling and like give us more information. But I did really like the characters, and I thought that it felt finely paced to me. I wasn't bored throughout the movie. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed it, and I would do more of this with this cast. I thought it was good. Dan?
Yeah, I like the characters. The two leads especially. Ro and Arthur, I think, have great chemistry. To find out from Aaron, who's watched all of these, that when the new one starts, Arthur's married to somebody else and they don't get together, but they did date in the past, is disappointing. And I hope that this is a reboot, not a prequel, which we'll get to in the What the Hallmark section. Having said that, similar problems to The Dancing Detective. Two great leads, a lot of chemistry. One of the dumbest, like the character motivations in this movie are bottom of the barrel. Like this woman who is apparently Rose's best friend, who is hell-bent on marrying one of the worst people on the planet, is impressive. It is the motivations on why people do what they do make the mystery unsolvable. It's not a solvable mystery. It's not something where you could put the pieces together. They don't give you the info till the very end. That was really, really frustrating. So a frustrating watch with characters that I think could be really good. So Dancing Detective and this, I would like to see another one. What we got this time wasn't the best, unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to the feels. Brian, any feels for you, buddy?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird one. The chef, the cook at the diner, who is actually training to be a chef.
Hunky Cook.
Yeah,
Hunky Cook.
if you will.
I don't know his name.
Neither do I.
Just call him Hunky Cook.
Hunky
Yeah, Hunky Cook. It works. It works. We all know who you're talking about.
There's Jack.
I like that whole thing. A cook who's going to be a chef, who's in the kitchen practicing his fancy dishes that aren't on the menu, sharing them with his friends.
They've never done that on Hallmark before.
It works for me every time. I love that. And so that was a feels for me.
You've been smoking too much red herring.
That red herring, I got a hold of it.
Yeah, you
Don't tell
did.
Bran.
Nothing you could do.
How'd you get it?
The secret stash.
Yeah.
Wow.
You get all your secret stashes. I found some.
In the words of my friend Panda, I love a good diner, and you know what? We went to Freddy's up in Kansas City. Freddy's Smash Burger time.
It's a Chicago custard and burger place. Yes.
And it was your classic like diner with like the red tables and the red leather and the neon signs, and I love that vibe. I love a good diner, and this gave me some diner feels. No specials. I will say they do have.
We got the special. We got the steak stacker burger.
I know. I'm saying
movie.
in the movie.
But say I'm
Real life.
I know you're still thinking about
well,
Freddy's.
you were describing Freddy's.
Yes.
And then you're like, no specials though.
No, I was thinking. I went back to the movie.
I got you. Okay.
I loved the vibe. Good diner feels, but there was no special. Bit
good,
like
good
hey,
curds though
yeah.
at Freddy's.
Yeah, good
I like those cheese curds.
Good curds. At
Great
Freddy's.
cheese
Good,
curds.
yeah.
And
I
then-
think it did say prime rib and 3 exclamation points on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
That could be the special. That's the thing they do once a week at this specific diner. But I hope we find out more.
Yeah.
Dana?
I can't tell. Yeah, not really a lot to go around here. I thought that the chemistry between Arthur and Ro, and I did not, because I'm exhausted, look up their names beforehand. I don't know the actors' names for either of those two.
Skylar is the first name of Aurora.
All right, we're one of four. Great. But
Arthur,
maybe
I
we'll
don't know.
piece it together by the end. I thought those two were really, really like palpable chemistry, really good stuff there. It was kind of undercut by the fact that I know they don't end up together, but it was like, that's why we'll get to that in What the Hallmark. But I did like their chemistry. Aside from that, I really don't have anything.
I'm not saying Freddy's a diner, Bethan. I'm saying it had diner feels.
Classic diner feels.
It felt like a diner.
That's right.
Bethan.
Bethan.
Bah! We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on At Home.
Deck the Hallmark.
Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody.
hello.
It's great to be here. We're talking
Wouldn't wanna
about
be anywhere else.
no,
Brink,
sir.
can I tell you
We're
that?
talking about the Aurora
Not in my bed,
pre-garden.
that's for sure.
Aurora pre-garden. Let's get to the way what's. Anything stick out to you, Brian?
So we get first Skylar Samuels and Evan Roderick. Evan
Very
Roderick
good.
was
Skylar
Arthur.
Samuels,
Yes.
Evan Roderick,
Nice,
getting
man.
the credit they deserve.
The wait, what's so this? I feel like I'm just swiping this out from everybody, but it's just got to be said. Matt just hiding out in his own crime scene condo.
I just can't believe it.
It's just
He's hiding in his own house,
yeah,
and no one checks there.
using a bunch of computers that
They didn't seize
that they didn't seize.
Oh,
a lot of computers.
bunch of screens going on there. So yeah, it was just kind of like I don't know. It just seems like it would not plausible to just head back to your condo that's a crime scene and not be discovered at all. So that was just a giant question mark. And Yeah, that was it for me.
What?
Yeah, that was it.
At one point, Carson, early on in the movie, outside of the party, they're like, "Do you know any more information?" He's like, "Not my circus, not my monkeys."
Yeah.
A weird time to use a very specific circus metaphor. Weird, but I liked it. I am tucking it away for another day. It's not my circus, not my monkeys. I do wish that they kept it going with him, that everything he said was some sort of circus tie-in. They did not do that, so they gained points and they lost points for that. But what can you do? I am confused by his apartment condo because he has a balcony that is on the second floor that someone falls off of. But to get into his apartment, you step downstairs. Did you notice that? When she walks in, she steps down 2 stairs and then she's in the kitchen. Did anybody else notice this?
No.
Is that why you said you thought it was a basement?
That's why you thought it was a basement.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a basement. That's
She
his
does walk
kitchen.
downstairs.
Walks down. There's like one step, and then you're down. I've never noted. I've never been in a second floor or third floor
walk
apartment
down.
where
Yeah,
you're
that doesn't
there
make
and
any
the outside,
sense.
and then you walk down. I don't know. Maybe it exists. I don't know what the need for it would be.
Before they walked into that room, they said in the basement. They said that line. And so apparently in this condo, it's a townhouse.
Okay.
And he owns 2 floors and a basement.
But we see the computers before, like in the other scene at the layout.
It's weird, but I
It
think
is.
it's a basement of that townhouse.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. My last one is that I'm just deeply concerned for the stalker. We don't get any resolution really on her.
No.
But first of all, why is she just outside of Aurora's house at the beginning if her thing was all about
Matt's there.
Matt is there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she's just has a blank look on her face the whole time. And it did show us that she had some things going on. She was just concerning to me. And then it just turns out that that's just what it is. And we don't get any resolution. I would have liked I would have appreciated some sort of tie-in with her. Because I felt like without any sort of tie-in, it's just a really weird bit.
I'm going to piggyback on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I have 3 Dawn-centric wait what's, because I believe that's her name is Dawn. First of all, this is a stalker that stands far enough away incognito until she makes eye contact with you. So she's like this. And then she has to run. If you're watching on Philo TV. She literally, if you're trying to stalk, you're trying to stay completely incognito. She is trying to get someone to notice her. And once they do, then she runs like she wants to be chased. Doesn't make any sense. That's not how I would assume that's not how you do that activity.
We don't know. But.
We don't
She
know.
seems like bothered that you notice her.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I got to run now. It's unbelievable. And then at one point, she mistakes Ro for Sally. Now, Sally is the idiot best friend of Ro. More on that later. But Sally and Ro, like, there are probably 6 inches of height difference between them. Different skin tone, different body type, don't look anything alike. And apparently, Ro wears a hooded sweatshirt, and she tries to run Ro down because she was like, I thought for sure that was Sally. No, you're crazy. You're crazy. Those 2 people couldn't look any more different. Absolutely not. And then when they ask why she's trying to run her down, in her Jeep Grand Cherokee, her response is, I didn't want to kill her. I just wanted to break her leg a little so she couldn't walk down the aisle. In your Jeep Grand Cherokee going full speed? I don't know if you know this, but Sally is maybe going to die if you hit her with your Jeep Grand Cherokee going full speed.
I want to know
I just want to break her legs a little, just a little bit.
She needs to go to a different website. If she Googles how to like hurt someone's leg a little, and the result is run them down in your car.
Yeah.
You gotta do a different Google search.
Yeah,
you gotta get trusted sources.
I can't imagine.
Not that I.
Not that you would ever.
I would.
Assuming
No. So Dawn's a mess, and then it turns out she's not involved in anything, like you said. Yeah. She doesn't want someone else to marry Matt because she's still in love with Matt, and that's just normal. And here's the thing, because we're going to get to Sally now, who is apparently, according to Aaron, in the newer Aurora Teagarden, just Rose's best friend, competent individual. In this movie, she's a dummy dumb. She insists upon marrying this dude and going forward, even though he's missing, even though he's a felon, even though he's hiding out in his own apartment, sending secret messages to cover up crimes. And then we never get any exoneration for this guy. He's still a terrible individual. And Sally's like, no. Now at the end, she finally is like, I'm not going to marry you. But it's not because she doesn't love him anymore or because he does something wrong. It's just because this has all been a lot. Literally he is MIA, and she's like, well, we're still getting married in 3 days. And I want to be very clear about that. I couldn't deal with her at all. She was really, really terrible. And then lastly, they find an archive Facebook page. It's not technically Facebook, but it looks just like Facebook from 2003. And they said it's 5 years ago, which would make it 2003. That's before Facebook was founded. So that's out of the way real quick. But lastly, Roe, who is getting a master's degree in library science. Is that how I understand that? Is that correct?
Well, Aaron says that she is a librarian in the new ones, right? But this seems like it's a criminal studies class.
Okay,
and she's doing her thesis.
But she's turning in a thesis.
Yes,
and her thesis, and I didn't get it exact. I didn't rewind it because I was still blown away that this is a thing. Her thesis in 2008 is how the knowledge of true crime can help law enforcement officials.
Of true crime novels, I think, or books.
Okay, but still
Same thing.
True
Same
crime.
Thing, yes.
That's just called looking at evidence,
Yeah.
is all that is.
Yeah.
And police officers have been doing that for hundreds of years. Your thesis is not valid. It rejected. Rejected thesis. You mean to tell me if I study old cases of crimes, it might help me? What? That's dumb.
In her professor's defense, the professor's like, well, that's a start.
Yeah. Okay.
See where that leads you.
This is something that most elementary school kids would put together that may be a good idea. But now that you're getting your master's here, let's maybe expand that thesis to think of something that isn't one of the basic bedrocks of being a detective.
Right.
My thesis is evidence.
You know how
matters.
You know how law enforcement officials, once a case is done, they never think about it ever again, and they're always moving forward. They never think about any possible motive or some tendencies from old crime.
Right.
Are you serious right now? That was awful. That was really, really bad.
Hey, Doc, I got a thesis I'm working on. It's called I think air is essential for breathing.
Magnifying glasses help you see things closer.
And we'll kind of, go from there, see how it works out. Let's get to the what the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe having get some clarity questions we still have. Brian, what are you still wondering about, buddy?
Yeah, so the big fight was over the business that they were starting, and people wanted ownership and wanted to be part of the business when they had the idea. I just didn't understand what stage the business was in. Are they about to go public? Are they just releasing their product to the public for use? There's a lot of contention around this business, and I don't understand what stage it is in. Is it fully developed? Are they ready?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a weird question there, but
mine is just that I think Matt is gonna get arrested, right?
Yes.
There's no way there's not evidence on that flash drive that makes him look bad.
Well,
he's just holding evidence that made Carson look bad? No.
Can we add Dawn to that list?
Sure. She is arrested currently.
She got arrested.
Because she hit her in the.
I thought they let her go at the end of the movie. I thought it was just the sister.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
And the dude holding it gunpoint.
Right.
But if Dawn is not arrested, If she is, then just
I don't know. How long do you go to jail for
attempted murder?
What? She was trying to sweep the leg.
Break a leg a
Sweep the
little.
leg.
Just trying to.
A little bit.
This woman whose fiance is MIA and still believes she's getting married is going to let a broken leg slow her down? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, Tim.
No way.
We did, everybody. Congratulations.
I'd like to have a What's on
I thought that
Hallmark,
was
if
yours.
that's-
You said I want to add Donna.
let's let 'em have it.
I'm sorry.
No.
Buddy.
Man, you
I'm
got somewhere
sorry.
to be?
No.
Stings a little.
Double decker of the
Shirts
week.
with-
I got there.
Yeah,
I got
of
there
course.
to be.
Yeah, when that's the case, let me speed up. I just hope this is a reboot and not a prequel. Because I think if there's a chance Arthur and Ro can be together and we don't have the story that's already played out and we can craft a new story, not only is it fun for me, it's fun for people of the original series that get to see it done differently. I feel like we need to make it clear that this is a reboot, not a prequel. And I
So
want
you
some
really
clarification.
want Ro and Arthur to end up together?
Yeah, I think that
But
would
we
make
know
this
that they
great.
don't.
We know that they don't, so I want it to be a reboot, and that's my big question.
All right.
Is it or is it a prequel? Have we determined that? Maybe we have. I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
Right.
It is time for Double Leg of the Week. Panda is here. I'm going to invite him to come in. We're going to hit that theme song, and then we're going to dive into one of the Bramble Jam Plus subscribers. Hit that theme song. Double Decker of the Week.
Oh man. Boy.
People said we wouldn't come back, but here we are.
We're here.
Hello, everybody. we'll work on it.
Panda didn't even do his part.
Yeah.
He's just down there like,
All right, let's try it again.
closing
Ready?
out
Guys,
tabs
I'm closing
from the
out
beginning.
apps.
Were you really?
We're ready. He's just
Okay, here we
closing
go.
them out.
People
Boy,
say we wouldn't come back, but here we are.
We got one more.
Okay,
we got
ready?
one more. I went with the full
3,
intro.
2, 1, go.
How do
People
you
say
like
we
the
wouldn't
beans?
come back,
How do you
but
like
here
the
we are.
hot dogs? That's good. That's good. The hot dogs are really good.
I
That's
think
really
it's
good
better.
job. Yeah.
Who do we have at the Double Decker of the Week
Oh,
today?
we're across the pond. Pip, pip,
Pip,
cheerio.
pip, get your
Pip,
crumpets,
cheerio.
please.
Fish and chips.
Get your crumpets.
Fish and chips.
Good day.
Fiona Furman.
Fiona
Furman. Not Fionan. Fiona Furman.
No, I said it right.
You said Fionan.
Fioman.
No, Fiona
Fiona
Furman.
Furman.
Fiona Furman.
Furman.
God.
I think we're saying the same thing.
Queen.
Chip, chip.
Boop, boop. Chip, chip. Boop, boop. Hoop, poop.
What do we have?
Listen, across the pond, they're doing some different things.
Different, for sure.
Different. One thing, Fiona's gained some legendary status.
Really?
Legendary.
She's a legend already in the Double Decker
Right,
Facebook group.
but
Yeah.
when I learned this about her, when I Googled this, I sat there, I said, she's next tier.
Next tier.
Next
Ooh,
tier.
That's high praise for
Her house is unique, and it's gotten
me.
some
Is it a
high
big,
praise.
big house?
No.
Okay.
Not as big as you would think. It's
Okay.
it's a unique
Football,
house.
though, in the yard, maybe?
No.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Lots and lots of room.
Okay, good. I just asked if it was big. You said no.
No.
Football in the yard, no. But lots and lots of room, yes.
Yep, big table.
Good food?
No.
Okay, great. Glad we got it
Okay, I
covered.
think I got a good idea of the size.
So it's a strange home. Can I describe it to you for a moment?
Okay, you did a little bit earlier, but yeah.
Well,
as
it's
far as-
shaped like a glove. It's shaped like a glove.
Shaped
her
like a
house.
The home is shaped like a glove.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a baseball glove or like a glove?
Like a glove, like a baseball glove almost.
Like a, okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a mitt.
Yeah, which is odd for across the pond. They're not baseballers.
No,
over there.
no, baseball is America's pastime.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she respects it.
Yeah, respect.
as you would. I would also want to mention this. She doesn't like to share this too often, but she's a huge fan of Thor from Marvel as well.
Okay, there's a
And
lot
so
of
the house-
elements here.
Right. And it's decorated, her whole entire house decorated in Thor stuff. Like, just absolutely big fan of Thor. Yeah,
Oh,
and
I know what's happening here.
here's the
Okay,
deal.
hold on. So we got someone interesting shaped, glove shaped house. Big fan of Thor.
Big fan of Thor. Final component you need to know about this house: stairs everywhere, just stairs. It feels like a lot of going up with
Okay.
steps. Yeah,
What's it called, Panda?
it's called All Stairs in Glove and Thor.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew Glove and Thor was happening instead of Love and War, and I didn't know how we were going to get there, but all
stairs in Glove and Thor.
Yeah.
I don't even actually get it.
Have you people heard the phrase all
I
stairs?
have.
Okay.
I have.
Well, this house is shaped
All
like a glove.
stairs.
All stairs.
And it's all stairs and
In
glove.
glove.
In glove.
And then there's
Thor
Thor.
stuff
And there's
everywhere.
Thor.
All over the
Okay,
stairs.
I guess I can see. how
Boy,
you
that
get
is
there.
weird.
Sure is.
Then that's
But it's a cool name.
and that's Fiona's house.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All stairs in
What
Love
was
and
it
Thor.
called before she got the Thor? Like, did she have like, what happened? How
It was just called Brutesberry.
got it?
It's just 23 Brutesberry.
Yeah.
And then she got all the stuff, and she was like, "I'm changing this."
I love that.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
That's beautiful.
It's a hit. You can go visit her.
Brutesberry's great.
Brutesberry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutesberry is great.
The
Also,
town itself
The
kind of
town-
nonchalant.
Whatever. Yeah. But,
glove-shaped house.
Big home. Lots of food.
Great. Thanks, Fiona.
Thanks, Fiona.
Back to the boys. Wow. Thanks, Panda.
Yeah.
Great to see you, bud. Hope to see you again soon. Until next time, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.